This is Sylvie Curry from Ramona, California, and I'm listening to the BBQ Central Show.
We'll do it live. Okay. Well, do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Start the game! Let's go!
So to get that perfect barbecue, you use wood. Are you sure it's safe? Whatever. We put the lighter fluid on, strike the match, and... Oh! Should we call the fire department? That might be a good idea.
Good evening and welcome to the Really Big Barbecue Central Show. This is the show that talks about all things that are important to the world of barbecue and grilling. This show originating from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame city, Bomb City, USA, Cleveland, Ohio, the barbecue capital of the North Coast. I'm your program host, Greg Rempe. Happy to have you aboard here on your Tuesday evenings, a live fire fun and frivolity show. If you would like to get in contact with the show this evening, or you would like to follow the show during off-show hours, here's how you do it all.
You can get in touch with the show by sending an email to Greg at BBQCentralShow.com. Follow us on all the social media channels at BBQ Central Show. And be sure to subscribe to the show podcast feed on your favorite podcast platform.
Anything else you want to find out about the show can be found at the main website, thebbqcentralshow.com. And here's what's happening in case you aren't keeping up with what's happening. Coming up in about 12 minutes from now. Typically, you would have saw him last week or... Yeah, that's right. Last week, closing out the show, but he was on vacay. It is the first ever full-time barbecue editor anywhere on the face of the earth, and he's my pal and not yours. Daniel Vaughn rejoins the show. So we will get the vacation update, a little bit of a change-up as far as how the Vaughn's vacation into 2026, and then we will get on to some more barbecue and grilling-related topics. So stay tuned for that. And then 35 past the first hour, first-time guest, long-time chase, but well worth it, I'm sure, as we will see in only a handful of moments. If you are a fan of YouTube and TV shows, and somebody who's just not afraid to give their opinion as it relates to live fire and food in general, and maybe you already follow him on social or you subscribe to his YouTube channel where he's pumping out great content, Ali Khan of AliKhanEats.com will be joining the show. Oh my God, I'm so excited. And I first saw him on Just Pryle's videos, which I will mention again as we open his segment up. And I became such a fan very quickly, and then very quickly after that, subscribed to any and everything that Ali did. So looking forward to having Ali Khan on the show. Oh, look at this. From Sarasota, Florida, Willis, watching the show. Is there nothing better to do, Willis, in Florida, than tune in to the old YouTube and watch Dad? Well, I'm happy that you're doing it. Maybe you're getting ready. Maybe you tried to go to bed 10 minutes or 15 minutes ago, and you're like, I can't do it. I know. Let's go ahead and put on the Barbecue Central show right to bed. You go ahead. All right. Well, thank you for jumping in and being part of the show tonight, Marley, and hope you're having a great time with Grandma and Pops. And, of course, everybody knows that Grandma and Pops, where'd it go? Did I lose that picture? No. These are my parents right here, of course. As Sam the cooking guy would say, what a handsome-looking couple. It's my dad on the right. So, hope you're enjoying yourself, Willis. Take good care. So that'll bring it close to the first hour, a Daniel Vaughn and Ali Khan. And then we will move to the second hour. It is the fourth Tuesday of a month, and that can mean only one thing. A March visit from the embedded correspondents. Oh, do we have a lot to get to tonight in the second hour. So we will make no haste. We will get right to it as we get into 14 past the second hour. And that's how the show lays out for you here this evening. Again, Daniel Vaughn, Ali Khan, first hour and second hour, all embedded correspondents all the time. Don't forget, you can follow the show on social media, Instagram and Twitter and TikTok, Snapchat, and LinkedIn, all with the handle at BBQ Central Show. And by the way, shame on me. I'm telling you, you can follow me under the impression that you're going to follow me. I'm going to say don't bother because I'm not even updating any. I just don't even care. Screw social. But if you want to, in hopes that I completely hypocrisize myself and get back to posting in earnest, go ahead and give me a follow at those platforms. In any event, we say good evening to those of you watching tonight through one of the video streaming platforms. You can go to facebook.com/BBQ Central Show, or you can watch on YouTube, which is youtube.com/@BBQ Central Show. We do have a new YouTube poll question of the week that we're asking everybody, including all guests. And it is a would you rather. Gang, would you rather be covered in bees or covered in spiders? And currently 67% of you are saying bees, please. Me, myself, I'm going minority because that's what I do. I'm going spiders. Bees could sting. I'm not saying spiders can't bite. I'm not saying spiders aren't potentially poisonous. But since the question is only high level, most bees that I know sting or bite. Not every spider I know bites or embeds or is poisonous. So I'm going to side with spiders. I mean, equally icky, I guess, from a crawling standpoint. But look, I'm all man, so I'm not worried about it. Some fan feedback from the show last week, and someone who appears to be becoming a regular contributor now 3 weeks in a row. We have Bob in Georgia. No, not Terry in Kentucky.
Terry?
He gets his own drop thanks to a young New York Mets fan from the Jim Rome show that we were able to apply to this show. But Bob in Georgia writes in, Greg, I have, in fact, cooked lamb chops numerous times on my original pit barrel cooker. Always turn out spectacular, especially when I finish them with my homemade roasted garlic jelly glaze. If I remember right, the pit barrel I have had the corporate phone number on the cooker. But back then, the corporate number was Noah Glanville's cell phone number. I texted with some questions, and none other than Noah himself responded. I now have a PBX along with my original pit barrel cooker. Big fan, but I digress. The chops that I showed pictures of last week and ended up cooking were delicious, juicy, and cooked to perfection, 145 degrees internal. But don't tell my wife, she insists on well-done pork. Oh, dear. I just tell her the very light pink is smoke. Bob, doesn't your wife know anything about your hobby? Is she not a budding pit mistress? I mean, we all know the rule of thumb, right? Pink on the outside is smoke. Pink on the inside could signify danger depending on what internal temperatures you subscribe to, especially when it comes to pork. Pink on the inside chicken, pink on the inside pork, bring it all day long. And by the way, I'll see your 140 internal finish and down raise you to 140 degrees internal. But that's just me. By the way, the meat on the bone was the best part. My wife works for a VP in the food industry, no names please, and her boss sent them along to me. He also included a pork belly, also outstanding on the pit barrel cooker. I cook it, cool it, cube it, and finish braising in a sauce. Thanks for the call out and not butchering my name. Side note, checking into a campground this past weekend, I verbally gave the clerk my name, Bob Beauclair, and after running my card, she thanked Mr. Beauclair. Drives me as nuts as people who say bones don't add flavor. And speaking about the pronunciation, it's pecan. I live in a pecan grove, so I would say I'm an expert on the nut. I'm leaving it just as I typed it. Love the show. Regards, Bob. Bob, thanks for writing in again. Bob Boisclars, writing in from Georgia. He must be one of them French Georgians. Bob, I feel like you should be from Louisiana or somewhere. Nowlands. The dirty South. Well, I guess Georgia is the dirty South. We get confirmation of that from an expert of the South, but a former Buckeye, Daniel Vaughn, in just a moment. Before that, how about I remind you that there is no better ceramic grill other than Primo. Yeah, you can talk all you want about all the other ceramic grill options, but there's a reason why the guy that originally started Kamado Joe said, later for this, I'm going to go start something else. It's because he knew when Primo hit the market, they were class leaders. Did you know you can visit the Primo factory in nowhere, Illinois? Maybe it's Missouri. I think it's Missouri now that I'm thinking about it, because I was going to have to fly into St. Louis to get there one time and then drive 3 hours south. Here's the point. They have a kiln at the Primo factory where they have the Primo and then all of the other competing ceramic cookers in the kiln. And then, for shits and giggles, they close the kiln down and turn it on. And then once the kiln process is completed, they open the kiln up. And I bet you can't guess which cooker survived the kiln. Primo, you said? Correct. All the other ones melted, cracked, damaged, exploded. Beyond recognition, Primo, quite frankly, is the best ceramic cooker perhaps ever on the face of the earth. We'll probably never see another ceramic grill like it. Maybe never. Only I could make a better ceramic cooker. I choose not to because I have much more important things to consider. These are only sold through dealers, so find one near you. PrimoGrill.com is the place to go. Follow them on Facebook or Instagram. The summer or spring and summer of Primo 2 on deck. Daniel Vaughn is next. Stick around.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show. Broadcasting live from the Barbecue Central Show studios in Cleveland, Ohio. You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show. Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
This segment is proudly sponsored by Fireboard, the innovators behind Fireboard 2, Fireboard Pro, Fireboard Spark, Fireboard Beacon, and the wireless Fireboard Pulse. Experience total control over all devices from anywhere in the world with the Fireboard app. Discover more by visiting fireboard.com or by calling 816-945-2232 today. Helping me open the show tonight, which is not what I usually say when he makes his appearances, and making his first appearance in 2026, is the barbecue editor for Texas Monthly Magazine. You also see him on this show quarterly throughout the year as we talk about things going on in Texas and in the barbecue world and food world in general. most important thing ever in his life. He is a member of the 2018 inaugural Barbecue Central Show's guest Hall of Fame class. Daniel Vaughn joins me once more. Daniel, we have a YouTube poll question of the week. It is a would you rather, and it goes like this. Would you rather be covered in bees or spiders?
Spiders.
50%. It's 50-50 right now. Before it was bees pulling away, and 3 minutes later it is now 50-50. I'm spiders. I think bees could sting, and I don't want to get stung. And I know spiders could sting or bite or be poisonous. But due to the very vague generalities of this question, I would take the chance that I'm not going to get any of that with spiders and puss out, as you people in Texas would say.
Yeah. Yes, covered in bees, I think, would certainly ensure more than one sting.
Yes.
Covered.
No doubt.
Yeah.
All right, so fresh off a Vaughn family vacation, and usually
Yes.
Daniel and the family are jumping border and going, as we say in the Cleveland hood, international on that ass. But this time, staying domestic. Why stay within the borders this time?
Well, mainly because my daughter had complained that all of her friends, when asked about her different spring break destinations, it was like, well, Barcelona and Rome and Paris and these different places. Like, well, can't we just go somewhere like normal, like the Grand Canyon? And I've never been. My wife had never been. Of course, our kids had never been. So we decided, let's make a road trip from Dallas all the way to the south rim of the Grand Canyon National Park.
So straight through, which you probably didn't do because you're getting sightseeing in, and I don't know if that's even possible. What's the straight through time where you're at to the Pacific rim of the Grand Canyon?
It's about 16 hours. So
Oof.
anywhere between 15 and 16 hours.
You could do that if it was just you, right? No problem.
Yes. Yeah. Could have done it if it was just me. We did 9 hours to Santa Fe, New Mexico, and that was quite enough for the four of us.
So what are you taking in sightseeing-wise, stops planned along the way for this certain thing or that certain thing? What are you taking in?
Oh, so you mean besides smoking, stingy, and barbecue in Santa Fe?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. I mean, mainly it's like, all right, we're going to the Grand Canyon. What can we see along the way? Like, I'm a map person. Like, I love to just like zoom in on a Google map and like just scroll down the highway. Like, what sites look interesting? What drives look like, I don't know, trepidatious, a little bit dangerous? Which areas are maybe, we're going to the Grand Canyon, one of the most visited sites anywhere in America. So what are the other places we can go like nearby or on the way that are a little less visited? So one of my favorites was the Moki Dugway, which was, basically it was just this switchback of gravel road going straight up this to the top of this plateau. And my wife and my daughter did not like it at all because they were on the side of the vehicle that could see over the edge. There was no guardrail. My son and I, we loved it. We thought it was a lot of fun. So that's right after the Valley of the Gods there in Arizona. Monument Valley was also a lot of fun, where we jumped out on the highway at Forrest Gump Point, where Forrest Gump in the movie decides that he is done running. So we were.
Is that marked?
It is actually, and it is dangerous. I mean, it is. There are so many people on either side of the road, and it is it's an active roadway. It's a highway. It's a state highway.
Yeah.
People are jumping out on the road. I mean, people are going out of the road and getting in poses, like laying down on the roads, cross-legged on the road. There were some foreign visitors, and they said, "How do you do this? Like, there's cars." I was like, "You just wait for an opening." And instead, she just like jumped out when a car was coming. I was like, "No, they won't stop for you. Just like wait until there are no cars."
Anybody like running till they get to the point and then be like, just start walking away and trying to recreate their own Gump moment?
I didn't see anybody acting anything out.
I would do
see
that.
any like Bubba Gump stand-ins talking about shrimp or anything.
Shrimp Creole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in Monument Valley, which John Ford and the director made famous because of his westerns, some of them with John Wayne, you could pay $20 to go get on the back of a horse and point in the same direction that John Ford pointed in a photo.
$20.
$20. Yeah, we did not pay $20. I spent my $20 on Navajo fry bread at the nearby food truck.
Is that good?
It was, yeah. It's
$20?
delicious. Well, I mean, fry bread, Navajo taco,
Yeah.
a few things.
All right. Anything else from a sightseeing standpoint or visitation standpoint we would like to know about? I got to be honest. I'm surprised. This just goes to show my complete lack of travel anywhere except the Bahamas. I'm surprised that the places you mentioned are that densely populated with humans.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Grand Canyon is really densely populated. Pretty much everywhere else we went was pretty wide open. Gooseneck State Park in Arizona was really great. The Natural Bridges Park or National Monument up in Utah was completely empty. I can tell you the Four Corners Monument, which is controlled by the Navajo, closes at 5 p.m. and like there's a big like gate and barbed wire that closes up. So we did not get to go see that. Jemez in New Mexico, which is north of Albuquerque. That was a beautiful area, and we jumped in some hot springs and went through these Gilman tunnels, these like old rock tunnels, and on a abandoned portion of the highway that the state really lets you know, like, we no longer maintain this. Drive at your own risk.
You drove in those?
Yes, yeah, we drove through the tunnels.
Wow, you are a maniac.
Well, as I tell my kids, it's like squeeze it all out, like see as much as you can. You never know which.
You never know you're going to get trapped in a tunnel.
Well, you never know what's going to be the most memorable part,
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe being trapped on a tunnel would certainly be memorable. But going to Antelope Canyon, we spent an hour in Antelope Canyon, and the kids were like, yeah, that's cooler than the Grand Canyon, which we spent like 2 days at. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Any good food that you took in? Like, did you buy a bushel of Hatch green chilies since you were in New Mexico? Did you stop by the Zorro Ranch or anything like that?
Did not stop by the Zorro Ranch.
Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah. Mesa Provisions in Albuquerque. That place was incredible. So James Beard Award nomination this year. And I don't normally go to a restaurant for steak.
Heard that.
I cook a lot of steak at home, but this one served in this like red chili sauce. It was a 16-ounce ribeye. The rub on it must have had some coffee and chili powder, and it was fantastic. Like I loved it, and I ate every bite of it. And I don't normally sit down for a 1-pound steak, and yeah, it was gone before I knew it.
You into coffee rubs in general?
No, like everything about it was like something I wouldn't have done to a ribeye, and maybe that's why I really wanted to order it. Like, this is not the way I would have prepared it, so let's see. And it was great. I loved it.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate the domestic vacation?
Man, I'd give it a 10.
Yeah.
I mean, I love road trips, just because of you can see so much along the way, right? And then on the way back, we got to stop in Vaughn, New Mexico,
where you were born. I don't know if anybody knows that you were born there.
Never been. I had never been
right.
to Vaughn, New Mexico, but it was on the map, and I remember as a kid seeing it on the map, like spelled like my last name. And so we had to make a little detour and stop there. Like, I had to wake my son up in the back of the vehicle. Like, all right, get out. We're going to go see the Vaughn sign here at like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Everybody get their photo. Here we go. Selfie time. Line up the headlights. Turn on the brights.
What's the best country you've been to?
Italy. Yeah. I mean, between the history and the sights and the people and the food. Yeah. Italy. Fantastic.
Worst country you've ever been to?
Worst country. I mean, I guess France. I don't know. I've enjoyed all my trips, so I haven't gone to like a bad country.
Least favorite, I guess. I
guess
say,
least favorite. I mean, there's only one country
it's
that
got to be France.
we got shoved out of the airport by the military, and that was Peru. But that was COVID related.
Oh yeah, right. I remember that.
Can't really blame Peru for that one. So yeah, I guess Peru is probably the most scarring experience, but we just look back upon that fondly as seasoned travelers now.
Any international plans for next year, or at least sketching out ideas?
No, nothing yet. Yeah.
Open for solicitation?
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you go to Seoul, South Korea?
I would go to Seoul, South Korea. Hell yeah. I love Korean food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all about it.
All right, so let's talk about something that's very important to anybody that likes barbecue, especially what is the staple potentially of Texas style barbecue. So that's brisket. And, Robert Moss for years has tongue in cheek wrote about brisket jumping the shark. But all of a sudden, prices continue to go up. They don't seem to ever look like they're going to go down again. And price per pound in brisket is, I think, table stakes at this point is $40 a pound or something along these lines. And we were always asking the question, like, well, where is it going to get to when people stop buying the brisket? Or when will the purveyors say, hey, it just doesn't make sense for me to put this on the menu, so I'm going to take it off? And where is the discussion in their head going, well, if I do that, is that going to detract from people wanting to come to Vaughn's barbecue shop versus the guy down the street that has brisket? So where we're sitting as we close Q1 of 2026, how do you see the world of brisket right now?
Well, oftentimes when I'm writing stories, you got to wait for things to come in threes before they seem like a trend. And I now know of three places that made some major menu changes that take brisket off the menu completely or mostly. Kalachny Barbecue is a little spot in Hallettsville, Texas, and they just decided the second generation came in to take over, and they decided, you know what, this brisket, it's too expensive. We think we do everything else better. Let's just take it off the menu entirely. So they've got pork steaks and pork ribs and chicken and just no brisket. So over in Flatonia, not far from there, Casey Lee's Barbecue, Casey Lee's Family Barbecue, they've decided that tri-tip has just a better return on investment. They lose less of it when they cook it and then they do brisket, and they just have stopped serving brisket altogether. And then just yesterday, new spring menu came out for Mimsey's Craft Barbecue in Crockett, small town barbecue joint. And they have decided that sliced brisket is only going to be something available on Saturdays. It's a specialty menu item. And I think a lot of that just goes to, it's not so much the cost of brisket. I mean, it is the cost of brisket, but people in the cities, you're going to find enough people willing to pay whatever price you're going to charge for brisket when you go to the barbecue joint. But in these small towns, you can only get up to a certain cost per pound that you're going to charge before people just stop buying it altogether, especially with a limited audience like that. So they're like, well, with what we have to charge for it, we're not going to bother, except on Saturdays, when is the main day that people are going to be traveling in from out of town.
And are they still charging a premium for it on Saturdays?
Oh yeah. Still charging a premium for it for sure.
What's the going rate in Texas for brisket on the average?
I mean, I'm just no longer surprised to see $40 a pound when it shows up. I mean, a lot of places like to hold at 39 or 39.50 or whatever, just to keep it under that 40 number that seems too high. But yeah, when some of these places serving prime, they're spending $7-8 a pound on raw brisket for prime, depending on which specialty program they're purchasing or whatnot. And so Ronnie Killen is an example at Killen's Barbecue in the Houston area. He's got several locations there. He just went ahead and was like, you know what, we're going to do Snake River Farms Wagyu briskets for every brisket that we cook and sell here. And we're going to have to charge a premium for it. We have to charge a premium for any old other brisket as well. But at least the Snake River Farm stuff has a predictable price that hasn't been shooting up and down. And so they don't have to guess. It's a more reliable price for that Wagyu brisket.
Do you ever see brisket coming back into the mid-20s per pound range?
No, I mean, I don't see it coming back into the mid-20s. And I think, we've talked about this before, where for so long brisket itself was held at a lower price because they could kind of bump up the price on turkey and on pork and a few of those other items, and sort of make up for the not losses, but the very low profit margin for the brisket that they were making. And nowadays, all those other meats have continued to go up, and those aren't coming back down anytime soon. I mean, I do think the price for brisket is going to come down, but with the herd sizes, we're not really going to see a meaningful difference, I don't think, until sometime toward the end of this year.
If you look at the top 10 in the most recent Texas Monthly barbecue list, is there any way that any of them would not have brisket on the menu?
I don't think so. I mean, I just, when you have a huge number of customers coming in like they've got, and you also want to meet their expectations, if people are traveling to go to one of the top 10 barbecue joints in the state, chances are they're traveling there to go eat their brisket. And I think the owners know that.
What are you working on story-wise that we should be on the lookout for?
Oh, well, speaking of road trips, on my way back, after I stopped at Evie Mae's Barbecue in Lubbock with the family, we stopped at Thirsty's Beer Barn and Barbecue in Clyde, Texas, which is just east of Abilene, just east of Baird, if you're thinking, if you want
Sure.
a more exact.
Yes.
And I just spoke to the owner here recently, earlier this week, and that would be yesterday. Talked to the owner there about how he opened up this little beer barn and served barbecue out of it, and he's like, about half of his sales are barbecue. But I don't know what it's like up in Cleveland, but where I'm from in Ohio, we had quite a few drive-throughs. Like you'd drive right in, you'd order your beer and your whatever drinks from your car, pay for it out the window, and they'd hand it to you in the window. I don't see a ton of those in Texas. But,
that's what he's doing?
That's what he's doing. Yeah, he's got beer and wine and barbecue,
that's great.
Cigarettes, Zin, like whatever vice you need.
Yeah.
Just you literally drive through the store.
Wow.
And it's like, it's a big wide open garage, and it's stocked with beer and wine on either side of you, and whatever cold drinks, and they got hand squeezed lemonade and bulldog fries. So
nice.
Yeah.
Maybe that's going to be the new trend of 2026, drive-through barbecue.
Yeah, drive-through barbecue might just be. I mean, it feels, I don't know, it feels like good road trip barbecue, for sure. What else am I working on? Well, I'm going to be going on a couple of road trips here on Thursday and Friday. I'm going to be headed down to Martin's Barbecue, or actually Martin's Place, in Bryan, Texas, which I got to admit, I missed it. I missed their 100-year anniversary, which was last year. They opened in 1925. And so I'm headed to go right about the 101st anniversary of Martin's Place in Bryan, Texas.
Nice.
Yes.
Talking with Daniel Vaughn. You can find him at tmbbq.com, of course, and you can see him once a quarter right here on the show. Daniel, always appreciate the time, and we'll see you in 3 months.
Yeah, good talking to you.
You too. There he is, Daniel Vaughn right there. Well, domestic traveled Daniel Vaughn, fresh off a trip from the Grand Canyon and wherever Forrest Gump stopped running. He said the name of the place. I don't remember. All right, we got Ali Khan ready to go in the green room. Before we get to that, I will talk to you for the last time about the Big Papa Smokers promo running and ending next week. Competition circuit is already on fire. It's ignited. Get ready to elevate your barbecue game with championship flavor from Big Papa Smokers. Ensure your pantry is stocked with the essentials like the award-winning Sweet Money and the indispensable steak and brisket rub. Dare I mention a rustic desert gold for your veggies and your delicates like your fish. I mean, all the rubs in Big Papa Smokers are great. I use them all the time. They are my favorite line. There's no doubt about it. Don't let the smoke roll without being prepared. Whether you're aiming for a grand champion trophy or just mastering your backyard skills, Big Papa delivers award-winning taste. Get your flavor advantage now at BigPapaSmokers.com. Use promo code REMPE26, REMPE26 at checkout for free shipping. Exclusions apply. Big Papa Smokers, real barbecue, real results. We're back with Ali Khan right after this. Stick around.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show. Howard Stern, Jim Rome, Dan Patrick, and Greg Rempe. The Mountain Rushmore of talk show entertainment. Now, let's get back to the Barbecue Central Show.
And we thank Daniel Vaughn for joining us last segment. Portion of the show being brought to you by Pit Barrel Cooker, the most unbelievable outdoor cooking device on the planet, available in 3 sizes with a host of accessories. Doesn't matter the skill level, from beginner to professional, it's a cooker you got to have in the arsenal. Go to pitbarrelcooker.com and let them know the Barbecue Central Show sent you. My next guest is someone I found while watching videos that featured quarterly guest and Barbecue Central Show's guest Hall of Famer, Jess Pryles. So, as any creep would do, I went onto the internet and stalked and found that my life had been unknowingly empty until now. He eats, he has hot takes, he hosts shows, he's into production, and the list goes on. We welcome first-time guest to the show, Ali Khan. Ali, how are you, pal?
Man, I'm honored, flattered, and I really respect the straight-up stock line. Like, let's just get right down to it. We know the era we're in.
Yes, as Daniel Vaughn once said, we are, if nothing but macho and confident on this show, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Before we get going tonight, Ali, we have a YouTube poll question of the week. It is a would you rather, and it sounds something like this. Would you rather be covered in bees or covered in spiders?
Geez. I guess bees. It sounds awful. I'm just so afraid of spiders.
Yes.
I'm just afraid of spiders, even though I saw Wicker Man. Horrible.
56% of the YouTube voting public agreeing with you that they also would rather be covered in bees. I was a spider guy myself, just on the off chance they might not be biting or poisonous or stinging spiders. Yeah. So why not? All right, so if we don't mind, first time on the show, we can do just a little basic background on you for the folks who might just be meeting you for the first time or whatever it is. Did you have a different life before being Ali the food guy?
God, I guess I did. I mean, it's so funny. In America, in the modern world, we just judge ourselves on how do you make your money? What do you do, right? But yeah, no, food was a very accidental career path for me. I originally wanted to be an actor, and I was one of the many people who was out there struggling. And randomly, I got an opportunity to write a restaurant guidebook for a magazine. And at the time, Food Network was about 10 years in, and I had friends who had gone to film school, and they were like, dude, you should figure that out. So 10 years later, I ended up on Cooking Channel, which was, it's a lot of that kind of the Hollywood hustle. I mean, I think a big part of food TV is the TV part, right? Some people will say, oh, like I'm a chef and I have a big restaurant. I approached it from the TV part. Way back when I started the journey, I had met Jeff Morrow, who would go on to win Food Network star, and he was in the kitchen for a long time. So we both, I guess, like there was a little bit of destiny involved, but Yeah, I mean, through a little bit of fate and some hustling and I don't know, just good old fashioned patience slash time, I ended up on Cooking Channel, which, as I'd find out later, was the apex of cable TV, and that could be a whole other episode because what I found is a lot of us are simply reeling on both sides of the camera from the reality that reality TV is now a social media convention. So I have been spending my time trying to really push into that and actually escape legacy media. It's actually easy to escape it because it's on fire. But yeah, I'm one of the guys who's like somehow trying to transition from, being on cable TV, food-based TV to being like what Jess created. Actually, it's really interesting. Like, you see some people who are like very social media first, and it would turn out, enter Mr. Beast story, that's kind of the path for where a lot of stuff is going. Hence Alton Brown launching his show now on YouTube. Phil Rosenthal just announced his show is now, I mean, with a lot of help, but it's quite telling, very changing. But yeah, we could really dive into the entertainment part.
According to my pal and best friend, fellow Clevelander, Michael Simon, and his two pals, they just signed some deal with like LG TV for the Chew reboot or whatever it is.
Exactly. It's actually something I've been following a lot because Michael is working with we work with the same person who produced Burgers, Brews, and Q. I had done a show with them, a tailgate NFL show, and we've just been keeping up, and it's really interesting because so producers are in it are literally like, what do we do? And between Michael, the IP of the Chew, like this is a big moment. Yep. Like literally what's happening with the Chew, now Chewed Up, is a huge moment. And everyone's paying attention. So, I mean, it's exciting and it's fascinating, and good on Michael for being like, let's just do this ourselves, because it's amazing and it appears to be working, and he's literally pioneering the new business model, I think. So
you might be uniquely qualified to answer this question that I think I was going to ask tonight. With all of what appears to be incredible amount of ways to get on some kind of television or streaming television or whatever it is, versus what you experienced back in the day of Food Network and Cooking Channel and whatever, is it easier to be a TV star these days, or was it easier back then? And I say, or maybe I caveat now in the fact that, is there way more of a dilution of talent because you have so many different outlets?
I would say that it was easier to just be talent before. Now it's easier to control your own destiny. And that's huge. I mean, ultimately, you can look at the example, and I don't know if this is so funny because the last few years have been incredibly challenging. I'm very happy to say it. 2024 was the first year since I broke into TV in 2015 where I didn't do a single television gig, which was like, whoa, this is really happening. Meanwhile, like YouTubers became brand name, like that, like some of the most powerful people in entertainment. Mr. Beast, commands the same kind of level of notoriety and respect as The Rock. I mean, they do different things, but it's kind of crazy that one's a creator. Now, one can argue is, the old Hollywood system, you become a producer, maybe you direct, you do other things, but, now out the gate, it's like, and I've been doing this myself, is like, I've gotten better at editing. I design my own thumbnails. Like, these are the new skills you simply have to learn as the whole convention's change. So, frankly, gone are the days where it's like, oh yeah, just stick me in my spot. I mean, even like if you look at Food Network, this has been said for a long time, right? That people would say it's Guy's network and Bobby's network, and there's a reason for that. They weren't given that. They draw in the viewers. Like when people say, oh, Food Network's just Guy and Bobby, I'm like, because people watch it. That's why.
Yep.
And when you see a lot of competition, it's because people watch it. I mean, it's just what it is. It's just what it is. And even Bobby has started his podcast, Bobby on the Beat.
Yeah.
And that's very interesting to me. I mean, this is a guy who it was a knockdown drag out, but he got like a $60 million 3-year deal. By the way, this
For
was
podcast?
No, with Food.
Oh, Food Network. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that, not to sound doomsday, but I think people are realizing, the writing's on the wall, and you're looking at massive mergers. I mean, how so many cable networks will continue to survive with these upcoming mergers remains to be seen. It's really crazy. Like, I will tell you, dude, straight up. Remember in 2017, I don't read the newspaper. I sure don't read the Wall Street Journal. I was in an airport in Birmingham, Alabama, just cruising around during the Cheap Eats days. I walk past the newsstand, and I look at a Wall Street Journal cover. Why, I don't know. And I saw front page, right column. It said Discovery to buy Scripps. And I shat myself. I was like, this is not good. I don't like it. Because I know how I got in. It was simple and it was small. And the bigger it gets, the less you matter. I think that's the God's honest truth. And, but hey, there's new platforms, other opportunities. And it's interesting, I'm like literally crawling with my fingernails, climbing up this mountain to do YouTube, right? And I had one person who commented on me. We have no idea who these people are. And this one person's like, "Oh, Ali, And not that I'm delusional, but he goes, "Yeah, you're going to be famous one day." And I'm like, it's so amazing. There's someone who just watches these random videos. And let's be honest, too. And even in the peak, I used to tell people, like, there's famous, like, you're in a freaking K-pop band famous. And then there's famous, like, you're in the supermarket and the really big fat guy in the automatic chair is, like, coming up at you. That was my peak of fame. Let's just be clear about this. We're niche. Let's just be real about it, right?
Yeah.
But even then, it goes to show you, man, like, you kind of, I would wager we're kind of a similar age. You kind of think that at some point when I was, say, 26, and I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get on Food Network, the naiveness I had of thinking that the media world was somehow always going to be that. Because you could sit there and say, oh, it takes years, but what will happen years from now? And I'd even say to this, do we know for sure that YouTube will still continue to be the #1 streaming service? We don't know. Technology has a way of changing the whole thing up. So we will see, and we live to fight another day.
So my follow-up to you clawing the mountain of YouTube is, do you regret not having started to claw up it 10 years ago or 12 years ago versus now, where I see, so I have Malcolm Reed is on the show. He's the big YouTube guy of barbecue. I also have Sam the cooking guy on the show once a month, and he's a big, almost 4 minutes. But what I've noticed,
but my son watches all this stuff. It's amazing.
He's great, wonderful person. So what I've noticed, especially over the last year to 2 years, where I was seeing them gain tens of thousands of followers every month, and you could see them, okay, they're going to get 1 million by this time. They're going to get another 1 million by this time. I don't know if Sam's going to cross 4 million YouTube subscribers in 2026, or if Malcolm Reed is going to cross 2 million in 2026, where it was a foregone conclusion it was going to be 1 by here, it was going to be 2 by here, which would signal to me, somebody's not very smart, that maybe the traction of YouTube, it doesn't have the same stranglehold as it once did, and attention spans continue to wean, so TikTok content and Instagram Reels are more popular.
Yeah, I mean, yes to all of the above. I mean, I think that there are definitely some creators, and I talked to, actually, who's been a great guidance for me with YouTube has been Arnie Segovia, Arnie Tex. His son Dan does a lot of stuff with them, and he literally spot checks my videos all the time. You know what I mean? It's crazy. But to answer your initial question, real talk, Cheap Eats ran until the pilot aired in 2015, and then we were going. And when you go, you go. And I was fortunate to knock out 59 apps, 5 seasons. That's TV talk. That's pretty great.
Yeah.
There's some Food Network shows that are way more than that, but they're also few and far between. But, cut to 2019, and this is when the Discovery purchase had gone into effect, right? And all of a sudden it went from, I went from a 26 episode pickup, which anybody would tell you, even on cooking, is a good one, to like, we haven't heard anything. This is weird. Things are getting weird. You know what I mean? This is not, I literally went from an apex. Like, I had just done a series for Food Network, and I had my marquee series, whatever. And so it's 2019. Get the call that is going to come. Is going to come because every show gets canceled, period, point blank, right? But the truth is, I'm sitting here in this office with my older computer, and I didn't know how to do any of this stuff, man. In the last 2 years, and actually it was collabing with Jess, who told me, you should get on CapCut Pro Desktop. And then she literally was like, you're pretty good at this. The software, the ease of it, the fact that even when I was doing Cheap Eats, dude, the phone camera was nothing compared to now. I have a freaking 12 Pro Max. This thing's 5 years old, but it shoots 4K and it's fine. So a lot of this stuff has actually come along later. If you do the math a little bit, do a timeline, you'll see that things really changed in 2020. So many things kind of happen, like planned, unplanned, technology, pandemic, that, it's like who'd have thought, but yeah. And then to your other part, I'm sure there is a saturation. I'm sure that ultimately things are never just easier. Like it's just never going to be as simple as like, oh yeah, I'll just keep at it and then I'll eventually get to 100 million. Like, I think that this is obviously pretty competitive, and you have to kind of find ways to keep innovating. And then sometimes you just have to say to this, like, are you making some money? Are you okay? I caught a little bit of you talking to Daniel Vaughn. Like, but beef is so expensive right now. Like, I almost want to do a video because right now I've been tackling what I think is profound, which is the price of fast food. Like this is actually an interesting opportunity for me to reboot Cheap Eats, not because I can find deals, but because I literally say, is it worth it? Because literally, it's true. Like, you start to get to a point where you're like, I think I'm just making this at home. And there are other elements too, not to disparage the restaurant industry at all, because we've all had to adapt. But I went to one of my goat places, a place that I featured on TV. My wife and I went and had a beer, and from COVID on, they do like the you order off the phone with the QR code, and like, I don't want to say I'm royalty there, but they're my homies. You know what I mean? But it happened to be a Friday night, and we just got beers, and we got beer, the beers were served or whatever. We went there, paid, walked out. We barely interacted with anyone. There was no questions. There was no answer. And literally, I'm like, isn't it funny that we tip now regardless? And it's like the service is completely gone. So I kind of asked myself, like, what is... I mean, I think it's fair to say too, like, are we at a moment where I'm like, yo, can I be making this at home? You know what I mean? Because it's just not, it's just so expensive now. And it almost feels like, like everything is just turning into like, oh, you go to like a football game and you're like, yeah, dude, it's a football game, whatever. Yeah, the beer was $30. I don't want to live that. I don't want to do that, dude. You know what I mean? Like, that sucks. Yeah. Like, I don't think that's worth it. So it's funny. That's how I kind of looking at content, and literally just I'm flabbergasted how much, basic kind of regular things that we took for granted. We bought them because they were cheap. So that's something that's interested me. And then what's the alternative of it? And then it's kind of funny, but in 23, when the world totally opened back up, we went to Tokyo, and it's just like Bourdain says. You go there and everything changes. Like, after going to First World Tokyo, and at the level they operate, with no gratuity even. I know, I feel like I'm like anti-tip all of a sudden, but it does add up. Yeah. And US dollars are so strong against the yen. They were very strong in 23. I went again in 25, and it was not as strong, but still strong. But basically, I was like, dude, I can't go back to Austin. It's unacceptable. There's no way, dude. There's everything's different now.
Could you move to Japan and make it?
Look, have I like done the due diligence to answer that exactly? No. I mean, I think the actual reality is, it's simply not so simple to just jump to another country and go, goody, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm here. Aren't you stoked? I'm like, no, American. You know what I mean? We have our own issues. So, no, and look, let's be honest too, nowhere's perfect. You know, I mean, people can make the argument that Japan's a bit of an ethno state, and there's whole other levels to it. I'm looking at this from vacation eyes, but at the same time, you do kind of, once you go out somewhere and go, wait a minute, it can be triple as good and a fifth the price. I'm not, you know what I mean? Do you buy bottled water at the airport, my friend? No, you bring it. You bring a refillable.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it's funny. I'll say this, you know, well, first of all, Cooking Channel is pretty much all reruns. It's been reruns for years, right?
Yeah.
So will Cheap Eats come back on Cooking Channel? No, but I actually do believe I'm at a epiphany where it's like, it's an actual very interesting time to kind of bring back how one really looks for value in a world where everything's so expensive.
You could own a Saturday night on Tastemade Network in perpetuity, I imagine.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's another platform. You know, it's funny. Tastemade is kind of how I got my start too, because way back in 2012, I got a random job there, and they were like, "Oh, you should check out our app." And they had an app that was almost like, kind of like a TikTok, but horizontal, not vertical, but for the phone. And it had like, you basically had to fill in the 10, it was like 10, 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. That's all you had. So everything had to be a minute, you know. But those videos became like the pitch material when it went to Food Network. So it's kind of funny way back in the day. But yeah, Tastemade. It's so funny though, because even Tastemade aimed to be a digital version of Food Network, but YouTube's just the king of it all, really, you know?
Ollie, this has been an incredible first visit. I've gotten about 3 questions into my text that I thought I was going to do, which means if you'll come back, we can certainly start digging back through there. Plus, I think there's a whole bunch of other things that we can trade ideas, thoughts, and hot takes on. But this has been absolutely well worth the wait for me. Hope it was for you, and let's do it again soon.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
You got it. Ali Khan right there. The website, AliKhanEats.com, and you can check him out. A lot of you weighing in on the instant chat. You're like, yeah, the guy from Cheap Eats. So going over like gangbusters. Love it. Next time, we're digging into the fast food reviews. As somebody who is a hamburger guy by trade and have been to not a lot of the ones that he's been to, but I have been luckily doing In-N-Out. We have Five Guys. He ate the Big Arch. That might be a question in the second hour as well. All great stuff. So looking forward to having him on. All right, we got to tidy it up so we can make it out on time. So stick around, and we'll be right back.
Continuing to produce incredibly mediocre content in an exceptionally professional way. You're listening and watching the Barbecue Central Show. Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
And we thank Ali Khan for joining us last segment. AliKhanEats.com is the website. Check it out. Connie Rempe weighing in. Ali was a great interview, sharing way more than I was anticipating, which I love. See, this is why I'm a good sales guy, because I'm building immediate rapport. The guard comes down. When I got guests saying, hey, straight talk, I don't usually say this. We're getting somewhere. Love it. Looking forward to having Ali on next. Do I smell a quarterly segment already after one appearance? Maybe. All right. We will revisit the Would You Rather YouTube poll question of the week, and the percentages might shock you as we update in the second hour. And, of course, we have the embedded correspondence. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Hello, this is Joe with Smoking Joe's Pit Barbecue, and you are listening to the Barbecue Central Show.
Happy to have you aboard here for the Really Big Barbecue Show.
Boing.
We cook because we have to, and we grill because we want to.
Hit me.
Fine, how's it going?
You have a great show. I'm a big fan.
Boing.
So what seems to be the problem here? This man looks like he's dead, and he's in the crackle.
Charbono! It's all about the charbono, dude!
Succulent fish. What?
He ate 54 wieners.
Oh, listen, Lavernius, shut your face.
I'm shaking like a dog shit peach seeds.
We have top men working on it right now. Top men.
Boing. Hit me. Boing.
All right, sorry about that. We are into the second hour. Oh. Just by sheer happenstance, I don't know why my iPad is hooked to my work phone, because my work phone is an iPhone. Maybe it's because we are logged in with the same iPhone account or Apple account, whatever the hell it's called. I get a text message from my rep in Youngstown who said, "Oh, why did pricing get put on these set of used trucks? Was on a deal with a guy for X price, now it's listed at this price, blah, blah, blah. Did I miss it? Yeah, you missed an email."
Get that big stuff out of here.
I don't know why I'm in the director of sales position, the highest position in the truck group aside from my boss, VP of the truck group, where when I send out emails, and by the way, I don't send out emails to everybody very often. So it would make sense to me that if you see one coming from the director's spot, you take a few seconds to read it, and in a timely fashion. Because if you don't, then you're caught with your pants down and you're going to be out about $6,000 GP, Polly. This is how we learn. A wise man in the Peterbilt world who is now retired, I won't use his name, but it rhymes with Dan Bruner, once told me many, many year on ago, "Greg, we don't learn anything in this business until it costs us money, and then we learn real quick." Dan, truer words couldn't be spoken. By the way, I hope your ice shanty business in Cecil, Wisconsin is budding during retirement, and I can't wait to have you on the show someday where we can not only sell these, but we can talk about how cool your contraption is that makes it singular and unique to the whole ice shanty space. Marketplace, is that what it is? So hope you're doing well. But my rep in Youngstown, you got to be sharper than that. You got to be better than that. You got to read emails. Otherwise, it's going to cost you. We ask things in advance to protect you. If you can't close shit, you are shit. Hit the bricks, pal, and beat it, because you are going out. You name that movie? Anyway, here we are in the second hour. Still to come on this show, the embedded correspondents, of course, in just a few short moments. We say good evening to those of you watching this show tonight through one of our video streaming platforms. You can go to facebook.com/BBQ Central Show, or you could watch on YouTube, which is youtube.com/@BBQ Central Show, where we have a new YouTube poll question of the week. It is a would you rather, and it sounds something like this. Would you rather be covered in bees or spiders? And currently 64% of you are saying bees, please. I still opt with the spiders myself. And it has run, like it's running back out in the bees' favor, but usually when I say that, it starts to track back towards 50-50. It has been 50-50 at one point this evening. It was 54% on bees. It is now up 10 on that to 64% on bees. And we'll see how it goes the rest of the show. We'll see how the embedded correspondents answer that as well. Coming up on the best moments of the Barbecue Central Show in 10 minutes or less this coming Friday, episode 425, taking you back to April 12th of 2011. And this week we feature Darren Worth of Iowa's own Smokey D's Barbecue. In this particular episode, we talk about his preparation in the first ever Sam's Club local event that was taking place in No Names Please, Arizona. And at this time in Darren's competition career, not saying that he doesn't do it now, but I just don't care, Darren was doing a lot of flying into locations that were having the competition. So flying out of Iowa. Where the hell is he at? Des Moines? I don't think it's Des Moines. Let's say Des Moines. Who cares? Somewhere in Iowa. Evans Lake, Iowa. Not a place. So he flies out of Iowa and then takes the jet airplane into wherever the competition is. Borrows a smoker or two or three. Not his smokers, by the way. Goes to the local Five and Dime to pick up his competition meats and then cooks the competition. And the most impressive part within all of this, of course, is that he was winning a lot of those events, or at a minimum being very competitive. Of course, there was a lot of talk about the Sam's Club event and how it was taking off finally and the preparation to this event. It was fun to hear the excitement about this new tour being launched, which ultimately became known as one of the best barbecue events in competition barbecue history. Gone now, but obviously not forgotten. And for those unacquainted with Darren, this is a great segment to hear what I call the calm in nature of the person many consider to be the best competition barbecuer of all time. I think out of all of the interviews I've done with Darren over the years, and they are plentiful, never did I hear him get spooled up, irate, hot take-esque, nothing. All very matter of fact, all very happens every day of the week. Big slice of humble pie to go with this guy, so certainly not a shock to see why so many people like him. Don't forget, you can subscribe to the show by visiting the bbqcentralshow.com/subscribe. And don't forget, if you want to hear a guest or segment again that has been lost in the archives, email John. Like our guest, this show coming up on Friday was a request from a guest. So you can do that too. Just send John your email. Our pal John over in Michigan, the EVP of this show. John at thebbqcentralshow.com. And I promise to God he will do his best to meet your expectation. All right, we'll jump out here a little bit early because we have a big list of assurity statements to get to. All the embedded correspondents are back and better than ever this month. I did that one. We only got one left. Maybe we'll just run right through it. No breaks needed during the embedded correspondence. I like it. My lack of revenue equals your gain in less commercials. How about that? It seems we all win. Are you ready for a cigar experience built on history and passion? Let me tell you about McAuliffe Cigars, a partnership formed between Texas Passion and Cuban cigar-making dynasty whose heritage spans back to the 1930s. Whether you seek the nuanced elegance of the Migdalia or the complex power of the Leyenda, McAuliffe offers a symphony of flavor for every palate. And don't forget about the ever-expanding color series, an unmatched smoking experience coupled with an unmatched value, with the newest color being white. Each cigar is handcrafted in Esteli, Nicaragua, by the legendary Gomez Sanchez family. McAuliffe delivers tradition and quality in every draw. Taste the tradition. Visit McAuliffeCigars.com to find a retailer nearest you. And McAuliffe is spelled MICALLEF. Cigars.com. We're back with the embedded correspondence right after this. Stick around. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show. Howard Stern, Jim Rome, Dan Patrick, and Greg Rempe. The Mountain Rushmore of talk show entertainment. Now, let's get back to the Barbecue Central Show.
All right, welcome back. And by the way, if you're just joining us and you missed the first hour, shame on you, but don't worry. We are recording audibly and visually. Auto archive video-wise happens right after the show. Tomorrow, you will hear hour number 1, and Thursday, you will hear hour number 2 of the show. Again, the bbqcentralshow.com/subscribe is the place to go. Make sure you don't miss anything or the Best Moments show. It is 4th Tuesday of the month, and in the second hour, that can only mean one thing and one thing alone: the embedded correspondence. And here they are, just to the right of me, back and better than ever. Doug Scheiding from the great state of Texas. I'm getting a lot of feedback there, but I'm not sure what's happening. And now it's gone away all of a sudden. So, okay, whatever. Doug is the longest running embedded correspondent. Directly below me is the executive producer of the Best Moments of Barbecue Central in 10 minutes or less, hailing from the great state of Michigan, John Solberg. By the way, both of those two are Barbecue Central Show's guest Hall of Famers. And caddy corner to the right and below from me is none other than the pitmaster, proprietor of Salt City Barbecue from the great city of Utah. Also a Barbecue Central Show's guest Hall of Famer, Rusty Monson. There they are. All right. The original clan is back, and we are galvanized moving forward into the year 2026. We have a slew of 100% assurity statements, gents, but before we do that, we have a YouTube poll question of the week that we have to get to. Doug, we start with you, as we will with every question. Would you rather be covered in bees or covered in spiders?
I'd rather neither, but
yeah.
I guess I have to go with bees.
Bees, all right. John, bees or spiders?
I'm in for bees.
Bees, all right. And Rusty, bees or spiders?
Either one would be fine, I guess.
You're all men.
But bees would probably kill you. I grew up in a shitty house with a lot of spiders, so I'm used to those. And I used to raise bees, so I know bees would probably kill you, though, and the spiders probably wouldn't. So I'd say spiders.
All right, spiders. I align with Rusty, not for nearly the in-depth reasons that he gave. I thought maybe there was a good chance that bees would sting and maybe spiders wouldn't, so I'm hedging the non-stinging, and I'll just go with spiders. And we'll get right into the assurity question. Wait! Before we do that, Doug, where were you last month?
I was flying back from the ACE conference. So I flew up on Monday morning and was flying back, got in at 1 a.m, delayed. And then I went after that to the Houston Rodeo. where we got 5th in ribs and 11th in brisket.
All right.
All
right. You guys, world champion.
If we would
Doug
have finished better than 92nd in chicken, that guy let us down. He finished 212th. We would have won the damn thing. But anyway,
you would have won Houston Livestock and Rodeo
if he would have finished 92nd or better.
Well, so I guess he's not on the team anymore, right?
Well, yeah, no, he's on the team. He's one of the managers. So anyway.
Wow. Well, it looks like you need to bring a chicken ringer in for next year. All right. Here we go. 100% of surety questions. Doug, 100% yes or 100% no. A month later, you are 100% comfortable with the Barbecue World Cup.
No, still not. No.
Yeah, you got something going on with your audio, Doug. I'm not sure what the hell is going on. What is this taped to the top of your microphone? What is that?
Nothing. I'll log out and log back in.
All right, try that. And we'll go to John. Something on the top of his mic. I don't know what the hell that is. John, 100% yes or 100% no. A month later, you are 100% comfortable with the Barbecue World Cup.
I'm very comfortable with it.
John, still comfortable. Rusty, still comfortable with the Barbecue World Cup. And Rusty's on mute. Is Rusty not on mute?
Oh.
Oh, shit. Rusty, I don't know what happened. You were there for a hot minute, and you're gone forever now at this point. Can't hear you on your audio. So still no location and still no judging, so I will remain unconfident with the Barbecue World Cup. We got to get one or the other, at least, for me to get going on that. Go ahead, Doug.
Yeah, I'm fine. Hopefully you can hear me now.
I can, and no echo at this point, so maybe there was a internet bug. Rusty, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. All right, you're good with the Barbecue World Cup?
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. I'm excited.
Yes. I'm gonna figure out what the fuck is going on here. Just give me a minute.
I was on mute.
With this. John, pay attention too. He's better than me. 100% yes or 100% no. Doug, Malcolm Reed will come out of cooking retirement to cook a Barbecue World Cup event in order to qualify or try to qualify for the finals.
Absolutely. He'll cook one or many.
John, Malcolm coming out of retirement to cook a Barbecue World Cup qualifier.
Yes, 100% yes.
All right. Rusty, do you think Malcolm is coming out of retirement to cook a Barbecue World Cup qualifier?
Probably not.
In a second alignment with Rusty and Rusty alone, I'm going no. I think that money sounds fun. I think that a lot of stuff sounds fun, but I don't think fun enough to get Malcolm out of retirement. All right. Rusty, hard at work doing something there. Doug, 100% yes or 100% no. Malcolm's How to Barbecue Right YouTube channel has hit its peak and will never see 3 million YouTube subscribers.
Well, I know I'm not going to make a bet on this, but I'm going to say no.
Right. Wait. I'm sorry, I double negative myself. John, Malcolm's How to Barbecue Right YouTube has hit its peak. Will never see 3 million YouTube subscribers.
Yes. Yes, he will not.
Yes, all right.
He will not see 3 million.
Was that what you were saying, Duck?
Yes, that's correct.
And Rusty, Malcolm will never hit 3 million YouTube subscribers. And no Rusty again. How did this happen? I thought we've had all this figured out like weeks ago or a month ago, whatever. We had like Rusty for 2 good months, and now he's back to where he was the 3 months before that, sucking bad tech. Oh, wait, my turn. I also agree with Doug and John. I don't think that Malcolm is going to see 3 million YouTube subscribers. Which brings me to my next question. Doug! 100% yes or 100% no. Sam the Cooking Guy's YouTube channel will cross 4 million YouTube subscribers before 2026 closes.
No, I agree. I think it's getting harder and harder.
All right. John, Sam the Cooking Guy will cross 4 million before the end of the year.
Is it legal to ask where he is right now?
3.86 million.
Yes, he'll make it. He'll-
Rusty, Sam the Cooking Guy, will cross 4 million by the close of the year. And still no Rusty. And I'm going to agree with Doug. He is not.
Andrew,
He is not going to cross 4 million YouTube subscribers. I mean, the math continues to not math. I believe last month, or maybe it was this month when he was on, between February's subs, and I don't see the granular numbers. I just see those first three. So the million, the dot, and then the next two. There was no visual change in February and March. It stayed at 3.86. And we all know I'm not a math guy and I'm not very smart, but that math continues to not math for me to think that he's going to cross. I want him to, but it just doesn't seem to make sense to me. 100% yes or
What?
one.
Excuse me.
All right, go ahead, Doug.
Last year, sorry, wasn't he like at 3.7 last year? So he's gotten about what, a little over 0.1 in the last year. Is that right?
I don't think he's gotten a million
I thought he was-
subscribers in a year.
Okay, I thought he was about
No?
3.7. Yeah, I bet he got about 100,000. So yeah, okay.
It's tough. All right, Doug, 100% yes or 100% no. Do you want to take a $2,000 bet that Sam the Cooking Guy is not going to get 4,000 YouTube subscribers?
No, I'm not.
No? All right. John, you want to bet $2,000?
No.
No?
I do not. 100% no.
Rusty, shake of the head or nod of the head, do you want to bet $2,000? All right, still no Rusty. Good try switching over to the headset, but it's just a loser all the way around. Just disconnect and come back next month, Rusty. I mean, for Christ's sake. All right, Doug, 100% yes or 100% no? I mean, is it just me or is it more fun to watch Rusty try and struggle to get back on the air? I mean, it's just the best. There's nothing better than this.
Well, this is how I like Rusty, is when he's like this and no one can hear him.
Yes.
You know, given his comment of me last week.
This is when Rusty sounds the most. Yeah, this is when Rusty sounds the
Very
most
intelligent.
smart. He sounds the most smart, just like this.
Yes, that's what I always think.
Couldn't sound more intelligent. All right, Doug, 100% yes or 100% no? You knew who Part-Time Chance was.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
I'm good then.
All right, Doug, you knew who Part-Time Chance was.
No, I did not. No.
All right, John, you knew who Part-Time Chance was.
No idea.
No. Rusty, you know who Part-Time Chance was.
No. No chance.
All right. Good one. All right. Of course I did, and I made up the question, and that is a weird question for me to see who's really listening to me when I'm talking during interviews and who's just hearing me. Or maybe I should say that the other way around. But if you're really listening, then you would pick up on the phrase part-time chance. 100% yes or 100% no. Doug, you own at least one Sam the Cooking Guy knife.
Yes, I do.
John, you own at least one Sam the Cooking Guy knife.
100% yes.
Yes. All right. So Rusty, Sam the Cooking Guy knife.
100% yes, I do.
Yes. All right. Are you lying?
Did I lie? No.
All right.
I got one for Christmas from you.
Oh, that's right. Damn it. All right. Yeah. All right. Sucker's question. Of course, I own all of these Sam the Cooking Guy knives. Go without saying. 100% yes or 100% no. Doug, when it comes to creators, YouTube is over.
I'd say yes to that.
Right. John, YouTube's over.
I'm going to go with yes.
Yes. Rusty, YouTube is over.
I'm going to say not only no, but not even close.
Not even close to being over. I align with my elder counterparts, Doug and John. I believe the lion's share of YouTube is over. By the way, a celebrity is in the instant chat. It is somebody who we call Kinger from Canada, who once made Booze Teen. He once made Booze Teen for the show, which is a vodka-based gravy poured over French fries as a mock-up of poutine, but we made it Booze Teen. And he's saying YouTube was done years ago, and of course we know Kinger was on YouTube as well. All right, Doug, 100% yes or 100% no? Meathead is over.
No, I would not say Meathead is over. No.
All right. John, Meathead is over.
No, he's not over.
Rusty, Meathead's over.
No, he is too controversial to ever be over.
All right, and we have our first unanimous here this evening. Meathead not over. He might be close to being over, but Meathead not over yet. Doug, back to you. 100% yes or 100% no? You knew there was such things as city ham and country ham.
I knew there was country ham, but I had not heard of city ham, so no.
That's enough. John, you knew there were such things as city ham and country ham.
Yes, I knew.
Of course you knew. Rusty, you knew there were city and country ham.
Not before Robert Moss, no.
I did not know. I was shocked, appalled, and amazed all at the same time. Which brings me to my next question. This will be hard for some of us to answer. 100% yes or 100% no. Doug, you have had city ham before.
I have no idea.
Yes. Rusty, city ham?
I guess I have.
Yes, all right. And I definitely have not, at least not knowingly. John, you have had city ham before.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a meathead thing.
Is it?
Yeah. That's learned that stuff on Amazing. It's there.
All right. Proving that he's not over yet. 100% yes or 100% no. Doug, you couldn't be more excited to hear the ham segment in April between Robert Moss and I.
That is 100% correct. I am very much looking forward to that.
John, you couldn't be more excited, to hear the ham segment between Robert Moss and I next month.
If I were any more excited, it would be illegal.
Ooh, nice.
Rusty, you couldn't. John, what am I looking at on my computer?
I was just sitting here and I found this picture and I'm like, I don't even know why I made this picture. And it's close to Easter and I don't know where it came from.
Oh, yeah.
Why do I have a picture of Rusty carrying a cross? I don't know. But I obviously, I was just cleaning up my desktop
Rusty,
a little bit.
I had no idea you had
Rusty,
such a...
do you ever remember seeing that? Where did it come from?
I don't know. Be still, my son. Be still.
Wow. That
No
is
clue,
insane.
man. No clue.
John or Rusty, you couldn't be more excited to hear the ham segment between me and Robert Moss next month.
I can. I'm super excited. I'm going to tell you why just real fast because when I listened to that segment, it actually made me want to put ham on my menu. It was inspiring, and I'm really excited to see what you guys have to talk about.
All right. 100% yes or 100% no. Doug, ham sucks.
1,000%. I want to listen to this segment to see if there's any ham on this earth that I can like.
John, ham sucks.
100% no. It does
No.
not suck.
All right.
Oh, God.
Rusty, 100% yes or 100% no. Ham sucks.
Oh, God, Doug.
No,
No.
it's the best thing ever.
Best thing ever. Wow.
Yeah, ever.
Well, Doug and I align. Ham sucks.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I mean, I can't think of one thing besides onions that sucks worse than ham. Ham's the worst. Always been the worst. Always will be the worst. I'm leaving an open mind to whatever the fuck city ham is. But heaven forbid I get my mouth hole on a piece of that. And if it has anything to do with other ham, John, could I be swayed with city ham?
No.
No. Great.
No.
Then ham is going
The
to
only
suck.
ham you're going to like is green ham.
Green
Sorry.
ham. That's right. All right. 100% yes or 100% no. Doug, bristled grill brushes should be banned from the world.
No.
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 John, bristled grill brushes should be banned from the world.
No.
No. Rusty, bristled grill brushes should be banned from the world. That's hard to say.
As a user of them, I say yes.
Yes. All right. Again, I am agreeing with Rusty. Bristled grill brushes should be banned. The fuck? Everybody just blanked out there for a second. I got a cat to the left of me, so anything strange, that's what happened. I think they should be banned, absolutely. There's much better options out there, much less dangerous options out there. I understand nobody wants to spend money on grill brushes, and that's why we still have them. But, John, could you see a time where a ban on grill brushes, bristled grill brushes happens?
I don't see it ever happening.
No.
I mean, it would have by now for all the reasons you mentioned, just from a safety standpoint.
Doug, do you ever see a ban on bristled grill brushes?
No, I don't think that's going to happen.
All right. 100% yes or 100% no. Doug, you subscribe. Wait. The most overrated thing in barbecue was pulled pork cooked on an offset smoker.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Yes.
All right. John, the most overrated thing in barbecue is pulled pork on a offset smoker.
No, that's not true.
Don't worry, Doug. We're going to circle back because I can see you're conflicted. Rusty, most overrated thing in barbecue is pulled pork cooked on an offset smoker.
No, I don't know where we're going in this world right now. Good God.
All right. The answer, by the way, is no. Not overrated. Robert Moss off his rocker on that. Doug, do you want to change your mind?
I'm going to go out there and go larger and say whole hog is overrated.
That's not even a question, but wow. Doug throwing down the pork gauntlet. Prepare for the hate mail, Doug, from South Carolinians.
I got it.
And North Carolinians far and wide. All right, Doug, 100% yes or 100% no. You subscribe to both Mike Lang Instagram accounts.
No, I only know about another pint, please.
You don't know grillographers.cut?
Negative.
Oh, all right. John, you subscribe to Mike Lang's 2 Instagram channels.
I only subscribe to his one.
Oh. Rusty, you subscribe to both Mike Lang Instagram accounts.
Didn't know those two. So just one.
And I do, because evidently I support Mike Lang. 100% yes or 100% no. Weber is the best brand in live fire right now, Doug.
I'm going to say no.
John, Weber is the best brand in live fire right now.
I'm going to say yes.
Rusty, the best brand in Weber, no. Quickly, a hot no from Rusty. I agree with John. Weber is the best brand right now. All right, Doug, who's the best brand if it's not Weber?
Jambo still.
What? I mean, so niche. That doesn't even qualify as a brand. So niche. Take it back. Give me a better name.
All right, mill scale then.
Oh, come on, Doug. You're talking nonsense. I'm talking brand. Nobody knows who Millscale is. Nobody knows who Jambo. We do, but nobody knows.
We
who that
do.
is. Yes, nobody knows who that is. Give me a brand. So it is Weber, isn't it? Rusty, give me another brand.
Yeah. It's M&M Smokers. It's probably the hottest new brand right now.
Christ. All right, you guys are nonsense. All right, 100% yes or 100% no. Doug, there are only 4 barbecue brands or people who are making real money selling sauce and rubs right now.
No, that's incorrect.
John, there are only 4 barbecue brands or people who are making real money with rubs and sauce right now.
I'm going with yes.
Yes. So Rusty, there are only 4 barbecue brands or people making real money with rubs and sauce.
No, there's more than that, for sure.
I'm going. Yes. I think there's only 4 barbecue brands. Now, perhaps I have erred in the way that I worded this question. I'm not talking about Sweet Baby Ray's or KC Matt. I'm talking about, now I'm getting secular, talking about the people within our industry that we know. Does that change your answer, Doug? Real money. Real money.
Yeah, when you say real money, like over 100 grand,
millions of dollars
grand,
in revenue. Millions of dollars in revenue.
Millions. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's probably 5 or 6.
All right. Rusty, you're still good on your answer?
I'm still good on it. I'm with Doug, though. It's probably less than I thought.
All right. 100% yes or 100% no. Doug. Brad Leiniger's I'm Leaving Early t-shirt campaign shows why he's the boss of KCBS and everyone else there is in second place.
Yes, I love that. Yes.
John, Brad Leiniger's I'm Leaving Early t-shirt campaign shows why he's the best thing in KCBS.
Absolutely. 100% yes.
Rusty, Brad Leiniger, GOAT.
Yeah, like we need any more reason to think that, but yeah.
It's brilliant. The only one that I think that would have thought about doing that besides me is Brad. And I'm glad that Brad pulled it off. And, by the way, donated $4,000 to the KCBS Scholarship Fund. So even though he's flipping the bird to the sitting CEO, he is also turning in $4 large to the Scholarship Foundation. Love it. In every form and fashion, I love it. Actually, you know who loves it even more than me is Rusty Jesus loves it more than me. All right.
Just notice how calm and cool I am holding that thing. You
I know.
That's a
And
man
if I really start to look, I mean, this guy is like in your ear. Your hands have seen way better days.
Not even faced. Not even
breaking a sweat. I mean, you got a cap that is like way ahead of its time. I mean, everybody else has got these odd irony helmet looking things, and
that's why I'm the Messiah, though. I knew that hat was coming around.
Yeah, no doubt. It's wonderful. 100% yes or 100% no. Doug, you knew who Ali Khan was.
Yes, I did.
Yes, all right. John, you knew who Ali Khan is.
No, I did not.
Okay. Rusty, you know who Ali Khan is?
I do not.
Oh, Rusty, I thought maybe you would have been the only one. I did, but again, I saw him a year or two ago show up in a Jess Pryles video of hers, and he was like, I don't know if co-starring is the right, sitting in might be a better word. By the way, if you missed it, go back and listen to the first hour. Great debut segment from Ali Khan, 35 past the first hour. It was great. 100% yes or 100% no. Doug, you've had Saratoga sparkling water before.
Oddly enough, no.
No. John, you've had Saratoga sparkling water.
No, I have not.
Rusty, you've had Saratoga sparkling water.
No, never even heard of it.
Well, I feel like I'm ahead of the game here. So it has become popular again in recent years due to some social media influencer buying the cobalt blue bottles that say Saratoga on them, dumping them into an ice bath, and then submerging his face into them. But as a youth growing up in Saratoga Springs, New York, I drank from the spring. How about that? 100% yes or 100% no. Dump. You enjoyed a Shamrock Shake in 2026.
No.
John, you enjoyed a Shamrock Shake this year?
No, I did not.
No. Rusty, I know you took in 1 or 10 Shamrock Shakes.
First of all, I'm not that fat. Second of all, no, I don't participate in anything St. Patrick's Day.
Wow. You're an anti-St. Patricker?
It is the worst holiday besides Easter that ever exists. So, yeah.
By the way, I agree with Rusty. Good for you. Somebody had to say it. God, I mean, there's nothing more miserable than midweek drunken skunks skipping work. Like, you need a excuse to go get shit-faced. Like, take a vacation day, shithead. 100% yes or 100% no. Doug! Flank steak is great.
No.
John, flank steak is great.
Yes, I enjoy a flank steak occasionally.
Yes, all right. The rusty flank steak is great.
Absolutely. If you don't like it, turn it to turkey. It's fantastic.
Flank steak is great. Love it. You can put it in taco, too, if you want. 100% yes or 100%, like a skirt steak better, but flank steak, you can do it. 100% yes or 100% no. Doug, due to general price, you are weaning off meat.
No.
Doug's rich. John, 100% yes or 100% no. Due to its general price, you are weaning off meat.
Until you asked this question, I didn't realize that, yes, I actually am.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it.
Yep, there you go. Asking all the tough questions here on the show. Rusty, outside of the restaurant, at home, because of the price, you are weaning off meat.
Same with John. I was like, no, wait a second. I guess I am.
100% yes, I am voluntarily weaning off meat directly. 100% yes or 100% no. Don't. Few left. You've tried the Big Arch from McDonald's.
No, I have not. No fast food.
Right.
No.
John, you've tried the Big Arch from McDonald's.
Man, I just can't pull the trigger. I've been staring down the barrel a couple times, but no, I haven't done it yet.
Our only hope remains. Rusty, you've tried the Big Arch from McDonald's.
I had a little bite of one, yes.
Yes? All right. I have not. I don't remember the last time I've been in a McDonald's drive-thru or restaurant, to be honest. It was probably the last time we did the, what's the rib thing called?
McRib?
McRib. Yeah, the last time we did a McRib review a couple of years ago was the last time I was in a McDonald's drive-thru or restaurant. What did you have off your little bite, Rusty? Do you have a hot take?
Oh, it's great. No, I had the whole thing. Little bite meant because the CEO of McDonald's took a little bite, was eating it, and it was a whole thing. No,
All right.
I actually did take one bite of someone else's because I wanted to try it, and it was good. Yeah, it was great. I like McDonald's also.
Did it have an akin to Big Mac or completely different?
Yeah, a little bit. Not
a little bit.
It's a different thing, but it's in the same vein. But it's good. I like it a lot.
All right. 100% yes or 100% no. Done. The Barbecue Central show will revert back to a 1-hour show going forward, and that's okay with you.
Oh man, that's got to be yes and yes. So it's a yes and no.
And
so it's no.
No. All right.
Because you asked two questions.
All right. I don't want to ask two questions. I don't want to make two statements. I want to make one statement. Okay, let me. That's a question. Let me try again, Doug. Okay, Doug.
Okay.
If the Barbecue Central show reverts back to a 1-hour show, that's okay with you?
No.
No. John, if the Barbecue Central show reverts back to a 1-hour show, or technically it was 50 minutes in its first live life, that's okay with you?
No, it's not okay with me. It will be if it happens, but
Rusty, Barbecue Central show reverting back to a 1-hour show is okay with you?
No, that fucks up my whole rhythm of the week. So.
All the rhythms. All right, just a couple left here, gents. Little fun one here as we get ready to the end. 100% yes or 100% no. Doug, you've watched a VHS tape in the past 5 years.
Although I have a player, no.
No. John, you've watched a VHS tape in the past 5 years.
I have not.
Nope. Rusty, VHS tape in the last 5 years?
Nope. I have not.
And it is unanimous once again. I have not. And I don't have a player at this point either. 100% yes or 100% no. Doug, Led Zeppelin is better than The Who.
Probably for me, I would say yes.
Yes. John, Led Zeppelin, greater than The Who.
For me, I'm going to go no.
Oh, love controversy. Rusty, Led Zeppelin is better than The Who.
By margins and margins and margins.
Margins and margins. All right. I'm going to side with Doug and Rusty on this. Led Zeppelin better than The Who, although I am a Who fan, but if I have to pick between them. Piggybacking off of last month's question to a degree, 100% yes or 100% no. Doug, Ice Cube is better than Snoop Dogg.
Oh. I am going to say no on that.
Right. John, Ice Cube is better than Snoop Dogg.
No, I'm going with no.
Rusty, Ice Cube better than Snoop Dogg.
Yes, actually, yes, very much so.
And I am siding with Doug and Rusty, Ice Cube better than Snoop Dogg. John, the cast out once again on the music. 100% yes or 100% no. Doug. My next question is going to be about the hardcore carnivore everyday carry steak knife.
Uh-huh.
Yes? That's the statement.
Yeah. Oh, I
Yes?
knew it was coming.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
The ECV or whatever you
All
call
right.
it.
John, 100% yes or 100% no. My next question is going to be about the hardcore carnivore everyday carry steak knife.
Yes, it is. And it's making Doug way too happy. He's touching himself.
Rusty, I'm going to be asking about the hardcore carnivore everyday carry steak knife next.
Yes, you are.
Yes. All right.
Oh,
Doug, back to you. 100% yes or 100% no.
Oh.
2026 is rapidly coming to a close.
Oh.
Absolutely. Every day gets faster.
Yes. John, rapidly coming to a close.
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
And Rusty, 2026 rapidly coming to a close.
I've already bought my Christmas presents.
Yes.
So yes, it is.
All right. Well, we've done it. And I did not ask about the hardcore carnivore everyday carry steak knife. We do have time for promotion and no rusting, no rushing. I said no rusting, like I'm looking at Rusty and thinking Rusty. Doug, what are we promoting tonight?
Oh, well, it's my podcast, the Baseball and Barbecue Podcast. Last week, we interviewed my wife's CEO of her hospital, and his father was a photographer for the Pittsburgh Steelers and a spy against the Nazis for Hungary as well as the U.S. And it was a wild story. It's a fantastic story if you get into this. So, no, it was really cool.
Doug,
So,
help me out. Help me
yes.
out here.
Yep.
What is going on with your microphone? What do you have on there? You have something taped on there?
No. Oh, right, this?
Oh, that's the microphone clip Oh,
Yeah,
all
it
right,
looks like
all
it's
right.
tape.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks very weird. But now I see when I push in, I see. All right. I was very concerned the whole show was eating me up. So, all right. So learn about
it's just a reflection off the
Doug's wife's boss's uncle's spy journey on baseball and barbecue. I mean, how many separation degrees can we get? That's crazy. John, what are we promoting?
Listen to the episode.
All
Listen
right.
to the
Okay,
episode.
that's fine. I love a good spy story. John, what are we promoting?
I got nothing. I can't even. I just want to say I don't know why, but on March 9th of 2021, I made that picture of Rusty. I looked up the date.
You
Why
made
is
it?
this- Yeah. And on March the 9th in 2021.
Wow.
Like, where did that? Why did I happen to find it on my desktop today?
5 years ago. 5 years
I
ago.
did that.
Little over 5 years ago.
I am going back to the March 9th EC era and finding out the origin of this photo.
I don't know. That's something else. Well, I'm glad you were able to track it down.
It's in my Photoshop.
Love
I
every
did
piece of
that
it.
for some reason.
Crazy.
Anyway,
Rusty, what are we promoting tonight, Rusty?
First of all, it's Glenn Ross was the answer to the question.
Yes, you are right. Good for you.
And come to Salt Lake City, fly in, and eat at my restaurant.
Boys, we've done it again. We are through quarter number 1 of 2026, and I can't wait to see what Q2 brings us for 100% assurity statements, but I'm sure they will be just as fun and frivolous as this list was. Boys, appreciate it, and we'll see you next month. And there they are, the embedded correspondents. All right, well, that's going to do it for me. We're out a little bit early. Hate to see John's picture of Rempy face green. Yeah, no kidding. No pictures of me. No pictures of me. Probably got the horns on the head. Hey, all the way back in the first hour, we had a conversation with Daniel Vaughn, first quarterly visit from Texas Monthly, tmbbq.com, his website. In the next interview segment, we had first-time guest Ali Khan, AliKhanEast.com. Great conversation, great debut segment with Ali. Second hour, embedded correspondence, Supreme, Rusty, battling through technical issues yet again, but persevering for the last, let's say, 85% of the statements. There is a bonus Tuesday next week. It's dicey, to say the least. So don't be surprised if there is no show next week. However, we will start in earnest again in April on that first Tuesday. So, how do I always leave you? September 11th, 2001. I will never forget. And potentially in 2 weeks' time at 9 p.m. Eastern, this is your program host and proud U.S. American Greg Rempe saying, Shalom! Shalom!
This is Dion Blumenrader with Big Hoss One Sauce, and you're listening to the best show on all things barbecue with my man, Greg Rempe.